Today's story is about a man who never intended to be overemployed, but somehow ended up working 3 jobs, dodging lawsuits, outrunning a dog, and earning more money than ever, completely by accident.
Accidentally work 3 jobs? Boss, might barely work 1.
For years, Taylor was working a remote corporate role. Good pay, no tracking software, no meetings that mattered. His performance was so good that his boss told him he was outperforming his entire department. He hit 100% of his bonuses every single quarter, all while working 4 to 5 hours a day.
4 hour a day in bonus? That man living the true dream.
One night, over dinner, his lawyer friend vented about the most humiliating day he'd had in court, because his process server, the guy who delivers legal documents, messed up the job so badly it delayed the entire case. Taylor asked a few questions and suddenly realized, wait, I could probably do that.
Every big mistake start with, "Yeah, man, me can do that."
His friend handed him 5 legal service jobs. No pressure, just a trial run. But Taylor was good, very good. He was fast, organized, reliable, something rural counties rarely see. Those 5 jobs quickly turned into 10 the next month. Then lawyers from other firms heard about him.
Word travel fast when you're competent, bro.
But then something strange happened. His corporate employer, job number 1, started asking him for help with local on-site consulting work. A few hours here and there, a small contract, a few tasks. But Taylor delivered so well that they turned it into job number 3. Suddenly, he was earning extra money from the same company paying him for his remote job. But being a process server isn't always easy. One day at a mechanic shop, Taylor walked in to serve court papers, and right as he stepped onto the property, a dog exploded out from under a lifted truck, barking, snapping, sprinting straight for him.
Run, my gay! That Don looked like friendly puppy!
The mechanic whistled to the dog, then shouted, "Don't move! She chases fast!" He froze, heart pounding. The dog skidded to a stop inches from him, growling, just staring. Eventually, the owner grabbed it by the collar. Taylor served the papers. W.C. Rowland received a final judgment notice, closing one chapter and enforcing the court's decision.
Court say show it, you show it.
After some research, Taylor realized something huge. His rural county had no professional process server at all. None. So he set his own rates. Lawyers loved the turnaround time, the documentation, the speed. In 1 month alone, he billed $2,200 for 30 hours of work.
He definitely running a monopoly in a small town, big brain business.
For years, Taylor had a simple dream. Not luxury, not excess, just a small boat, something to take out on the water on the weekends. But even with a solid remote job, that dream always felt just out of reach. So one evening, while taking a stroll, phone in hand, he registered with a national process server database. Within hours, 2 out-of-state law firms reached out. Both needed documents served to people living in the cities nearby. His reliability was now well known for the area, so they were willing to pay premium rates for his services and cover all the traveling costs. That's when it clicked. He wasn't just filling a gap anymore. He wasn't just local. He was becoming the go-to process server for the entire region.
Hard work buy more than food, man. Sometimes it buy boats.
So then he started doing trips to the city in the evenings. Expanding into the city meant big opportunities, but it also meant stepping into situations far less predictable than the back roads he knew. Taylor always carries a large can of mace, allowed so long as he wears a body camera that's always recording video as well as audio. In case of any dispute, this is often enough to avoid a lawsuit. He's never had to use the mace, but one tenant, furious about eviction papers, took a step too close. Taylor put his hand on the canister. The man stopped instantly.
When hand touch the pepper spray, nobody wants the spice.
One client wasn't just hostile. She started yelling and stepping towards Taylor. But when she noticed the blinking red light on the body camera, she immediately calmed down. In Taylor's state, assaulting a process server is legally equivalent to assaulting law enforcement.
Red light blinking meant that bully turned to choir boy.
After a while, Taylor made a decision. The city brought opportunity, but it also brought risk. Unfamiliar neighborhoods, higher tension, and situations where a single wrong move could turn dangerous. So he scaled back. Taylor chose to focus again on what he knew best, his local county. But the city jobs had already done their work. In just a short time, he made more money than he ever had before. Enough to finally afford something he'd dreamed about for years. A boat, not as an escape, but as proof that he'd found balance. He kept his remote job. He continued the on-site consulting work only when it made sense. And he kept serving papers close to home. For the first time, Taylor had something rare, more time, more freedom, and the money to enjoy it. Taylor's story is unique, but the path he followed isn't impossible. Process-serving laws vary by country, by state, and sometimes by county. But across most regions, there are common requirements. If you're considering this as a side gig, here's what typically applies. You usually must be a legal resident of the state or county where you serve. Most counties require registration with the county auditor or clerk. Registration fees can be surprisingly low. In Taylor's case, just $10. Some regions require background checks or ID verification. Understanding local service of process laws is critical. Mistakes can void cases. This isn't passive income, but for the right person, it can be powerful.
If you hustle smart, you might got peace, progress, and even a boat.
Help us grow. If you want more real internet stories and Michello's wisdom, hit like and subscribe.